Welcome to the Deep Dive with BF Suma. Our topic today is BF Suma Femivitamins product.
It is wonderful to be here, and honestly, I am genuinely looking forward to this discussion.
Me too.
It's not every day we get to talk about something that is so fundamental to everyday life, yet so often overlooked.
Absolutely. You know, usually when we talk about health products or dive into these topics, we can get very technical very fast.
Right.
We start throwing around molecular structures and complex diagrams. But today feels different. It feels more personal. We're sitting here, metaphorical coffees in hand, and we're talking about something that affects friends, sisters, partners, colleagues, really half the population.
It really does. And the theme we are exploring today isn't just medicine or, fixing a problem. It represents a real shift in mindset.
You shift how?
It's about the concept that women's wellness is a journey. It is not a destination you arrive at one day, check a box, and say, okay, I'm done.
I'm healthy now, yeah.
It's a continuous, evolving process, day in, day out.
I love that phrase. Wellness is a journey. Sounds a bit like a bumper sticker, doesn't it? But when you actually live it, when you are in the thick of it, it's so complex.
Incredibly complex.
I mean, my wellness needs in my 20s are totally different from my 30s. And for women, it changes so dramatically from before you have kids to when you're raising them, or even if you choose not to.
And that's exactly it. The mission of this deep dive is to unpack a solution designed specifically for the modern women, and we're generally looking at that age range of, say, 20 to 40.
Right.
We are looking at how to bridge the gap between what the female body actually needs physiologically to thrive and the reality of our daily, often chaotic lives.
And specifically, we are looking at this through the lens of empowerment. Not just feeling good in a vague sense, but physiologically empowering the body through these really distinct phases. Pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, and then lactation.
Yes, it's all about supporting everyday wellness and vitality.
So let's dive in.
Let's do it.
I want to start with the reality of modern womanhood. Because we have this profile of the learner, someone who is curious, she wants to be healthy, but she's just juggling a million things.
Right, the learner. She's the woman who reads the labels, who tries to get 8 hours of sleep, but usually, gets 6.
If she's lucky.
If she's lucky. She balances a career with family obligations, social life, personal growth. And that juggling act, it has real physiological consequences.
Exactly. I was reading through the material we have, and it lists these pain points that I think so many people, so many women just accept as normal.
Oh, they do.
Things like fatigue, and I don't mean I just ran a 5K tired. I mean I just woke up and I'm already exhausted, kind of tired.
That bone-deep weariness or lack of concentration, that brain fog where you need to get things done, you are staring at the screen, but the mental energy just isn't there. It feels like you're walking through water.
Yes, or weak immunity. You're the one who catches every single cold that goes around the office or the classroom.
Irregular menstruation is a big one. And for those who are pregnant, that dreaded morning sickness that can just take over your entire day.
These are signals. And I think that is the most important thing for us to establish right at the start of this.
I agree completely. In our culture, especially for women who are so often the primary caretakers, there is this tendency to minimize these feelings.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just tired because I work hard.
Yeah.
Or my skin is dry because of the weather.
I'm irritable because my boss is annoying.
Exactly.
We rationalize the symptoms away. We explain them with external factors. But what if those aren't just annoyances? What if they are red flashing lights on the dashboard of your body?
That's a great way to put it.
The information we are looking at today frames these not as character flaws or, lifestyle inevitabilities, but as real, tangible symptoms of invisible deficiencies.
And this is where it gets really interesting and honestly a little alarming. We have some statistics here that just paint such a stark picture. I want to unpack these numbers because they blew my mind. They show that this isn't just a you problem, it's a systemic, widespread issue.
They are startling. Let's look at the regional breakdown that's laid out in our data. It shows a massive gap between what women need and what they are actually getting from their diets.
Let's start with Kenya. The numbers here are just wow. Yes,
the data indicates that over 50% of women of reproductive age in Kenya are deficient in vitamin B6.
50%. That is 1 in 2. So if you walk into an office or a cafe or a market, half the women there might be running on a tank that is half empty, when it comes to this crucial vitamin.
Exactly. And B6 is so vital for neurotransmitters, for energy metabolism. So you're saying half the room is chemically disadvantaged in terms of their mood and their focus?
That's incredible.
And it gets more specific. For pregnant women in that region, about 20% are low in vitamin B9, which is folic acid, and vitamin B12.
And those are the big ones for fetal development.
The absolute cornerstones.
Okay, then we look at Tanzania.
Tanzania shows about a 30% vitamin A deficiency in women of reproductive age. 30%.
And for pregnant women.
For pregnant women in Tanzania, the gap for vitamin B9 and B12 jumps to around 40%.
40%, that is nearly half. Imagine that. Nearly half of the pregnant women in that population are missing the key building blocks for their baby's neural development and for their own blood health.
It creates such a precarious situation for both mother and child. And then Uganda.
Uganda. I had to read this statistic twice to make sure I was getting it right.
It is perhaps the most concerning statistic in this entire set. Only 8.8% of women in Uganda meet the standards for vitamin A and B levels.
Wait, let me just flip that so the listener really hears it. That means over 91% don't meet the standards.
That's what the data suggests. It's an overwhelming majority living in a state of, well, a state of nutritional deficiency.
That feels like a public health crisis. It's not just a small gap. Unless we think this is only a regional issue, something happening far away.
No, the global context provided is just as sobering. It states that 33.5% of women globally, that's 1 in 3, it doesn't matter where you are on the map, are deficient in vitamin B9 and B12.
1 in 3. So what does this all mean? We're throwing around these percentages, but what is the actual day-to-day impact? Because you mentioned earlier that symptoms are signals. If I am part of that 50% in Kenya missing B6 or that 33% globally missing B12, what does my life actually look and feel like?
It looks exactly like those pain points we listed. It looks like the reality of modern womanhood we just described. Let's connect the stats to the symptoms that are laid out in our data.
Okay, let's do it. Let's take dry eyes and skin. I think most people's first reaction is just to buy a better moisturizer or some eye drops.
And that's the cosmetic fix, right? It's treating the surface. But biologically, dry eyes and flaky, irritated skin are often directly linked to vitamin A and B deficiencies.
So it's an internal issue showing up on the outside.
Precisely. And it's not just about looking good. Your skin is your body's largest organ. It's your first line of defense against the outside world. If it's dry, cracking, or inflamed, we're talking about conditions like cheilitis, which is that painful inflammation and cracking at the corners of the lips, or even vulvar itching. That is a clear sign the barrier is compromised.
The castle walls have cracks in them.
The castle walls have cracks, and it leaves you more vulnerable.
Okay, what about irritability? Memory loss. I think a lot of us, myself included, we just blame stress for that. We think, I'm just overwhelmed or I didn't get enough sleep.
And stress absolutely plays a role, of course, but nutritionally, your nervous system relies on B vitamins to function properly. Vitamin B12 specifically is a huge one here.
Why B12?
It helps maintain the myelin sheath. Think of it like the insulation around an electrical wire. The myelin sheath protects your nerves. If you are deficient, that insulation starts to wear thin, and your nerves literally cannot fire at optimal speed. The signals get fuzzy.
So that's the brain fog.
That manifests as memory lapses, irritability, lack of focus. It's not that you're losing your edge, you're losing your nutrients. You don't have the raw materials for your brain to work properly.
That is actually really validating to hear. It's not that you can't handle your life, it's that you don't have the fuel to handle it.
Exactly. It reframes the whole experience.
And then there are the more physical appearances, things like a pale face, anemia.
That's the blood. Anemia, simply put, means your body isn't producing enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen around your body.
And less oxygen means?
Less energy, fatigue. It's a vicious cycle. You feel tired, so maybe you drink more coffee to push through, but you aren't fixing the core oxygen transport issue, which is often caused by a B9 or B12 deficiency. Every single cell in your body is just a little bit suffocated.
It really reframes how we look at feeling bad, doesn't it? It's empowering in a strange way. Because if the problem is a deficiency, then the solution is replenishment. It's actionable. It's not just some vague, unsolvable problem.
Precisely. We need to stop treating these symptoms as annoyances to be ignored and start seeing them as urgent signals from the body that these nutritional gaps need filling. And that is why this conversation is so critical. We are trying to avoid larger risks down the line. We aren't just talking about dry skin, we are talking about preventing anemia, preventing nerve damage, and crucially, ensuring the health of the next generation.
Which brings us perfectly to the solution we are deep diving into today, the BF's Asuma Femivitamins.
Yes, this is where we pivot from the problem to the science-backed answer.
The thing that stood out to me immediately is the formulation. You walk into a pharmacy or a health food store and you see these multivitamins that have like 40 or 50 ingredients listed on the back. It's totally overwhelming.
It's the kitchen sink approach.
Yeah, but this feels different. It feels more focused.
It is very intentional. Femivitamins uses what they call a core formula. It's not about throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's about 5 key nutrients that are designed to work in synergy.
5, that's it. Not 50.
5 main powerhouses: vitamin A, folic acid, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and vitamin B2.
Okay, let's unpack this. This is the core of it. Why these 5? Why not 20? Let's go through them one by one, and maybe we can talk about both the simple benefit and the expert why behind it. Let's start with vitamin A. The dosage here is 750 micrograms.
Right. So simply put, vitamin A is the shield. We talked about dry eyes and dry skin earlier.
Yeah.
Vitamin A is the primary defender against that. It supports the maintenance of healthy skin and mucous membranes. It helps keep that barrier, those castle walls we talked about, intact and strong.
So that helps with the comfort aspect, the dry eyes, the skin issues.
Correct. That's the visible benefit. But if we go deeper from a scientific standpoint, vitamin A plays a critical role in immunity. It's essential for the production and function of white blood cells, which are your body's soldiers fighting off infections.
So it's not just skin deep.
Not at all. And referring to the developmental risks that are mentioned in the data, vitamin A is absolutely critical in preventing developmental delays in children. For a woman of reproductive age, maintaining adequate vitamin A levels is about protecting her current health and safeguarding potential future pregnancy outcomes.
Okay, that makes sense. Next on the list is folic acid, 400 micrograms. Now, I feel like everyone knows folic acid is the pregnancy vitamin.
It is the non-negotiable, absolutely. If there's one thing people know, it's that.
But why? What is it actually doing?
The primary reason, and the one most people know, is the prevention of fetal neural tube defects. The neural tube in the very early stages of development eventually becomes the baby's brain and spinal cord.
And our data highlighted that folic acid deficiency is linked to, 22% of these defects in low and middle income countries?
22%. That is a massive and largely preventable percentage.
And this all happens really early in the pregnancy, right?
Incredibly early. Often before a woman even knows for sure that she is pregnant. That is why taking it before you're even trying to conceive in that pre-pregnancy stage is so vital.
Okay, so that's the pregnancy part. But what about for the woman who isn't pregnant or planning to be anytime soon?
And this is where it gets fascinating for every woman. Folic acid also supports cardiovascular health.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So it's good for your heart.
Yes. It helps your body manage homocysteine levels in the blood. High homocysteine is a known marker for an increased risk of heart health issues. So even if you aren't planning a baby right now, folic acid is working behind the scenes to protect your long-term vitality. It keeps your blood vessels healthy.
That is a huge bonus. Okay, next up, vitamin B6. 1.9 milligrams.
This one is the relief vitamin, especially for the pregnancy journey. It's specifically highlighted in the information for its role in suppressing pregnancy vomiting.
Morning sickness.
Morning sickness. And for anyone who has been through it or watched a partner go through it, it is absolutely debilitating. It's not just a little bit of nausea in the morning.
It can be an all-day thing.
It can be. And vitamin B6 has been shown in studies to help alleviate that nausea. But beyond that, for the everyday woman, B6 supports nerve health. It is involved in the creation of neurotransmitters, the chemicals that let your brain cells talk to each other.
So back to that lack of concentration pain point we started with, B6 is playing a big role there.
A huge role. If your B6 levels are low, your brain is literally struggling to send the messages for focus, for calm, for memory recall.
Got it. Okay, vitamin B12, also 1.9 milligrams, same as the B6.
If B6 is relief, B12 is the energy powerhouse. It is absolutely crucial for energy and metabolism. That's the process of converting the food you eat into usable fuel for your cells.
So it fights fatigue.
At a cellular level, yes. But more critically, it works hand in hand with folic acid to promote healthy red blood cell formation.
And that's the key to fighting the anemia we talked about earlier.
Correct. It helps prevent a specific type called megaloblastic anemia, which is where the red blood cells are too large, misshapen, and inefficient at carrying oxygen. Furthermore, the information points out that B12 is crucial for reducing risks of infertility and recurrent miscarriage.
Wow.
And looking at the long game, there's even evidence linking adequate B12 levels to a reduced risk of dementia later in life.
So infertility, miscarriage, dementia, I mean, that is a heavy hitter. This is not a minor player.
Not at all.
And finally, the fifth one, vitamin B2. Vitamin B2, 1.4 milligrams.
Vitamin B2, or riboflavin. This one is often the unsung hero of the B vitamin family.
Quiet one in the back.
Exactly. But it plays a major role in preventing something called corneal vascularization, which is when blood vessels start to grow into the cornea, the clear part of your eye, because it's under distress.
Ouch. That sounds painful.
It's a sign of a struggling eye, so B2 directly supports eye health. It also supports overall metabolic health, helping the body break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates into energy. It keeps the whole metabolic engine running smoothly.
So we have these 5 ingredients, and you mentioned the word synergy earlier. What does that actually mean in this context? It's not just 5 separate things in one pill.
Not at all. It means they aren't just random additives. They are a precisely balanced formula. Think about it. Folic acid needs B12 to be properly utilized for making red blood cells.
So one without the other isn't as effective.
Exactly. B6 supports the nervous system that B12 is also protecting. Vitamin A supports the immunity that the body needs while it's doing all this intense metabolic work with the B vitamins.
It's like a team. They're passing the ball to each other to score the goal.
It is a well-coached team. It is specifically designed to promote healthy red blood cell formation and fetal brain development simultaneously. It contrasts so sharply with the idea of just taking a random handful of supplements. This is about balance, which, as we know, is a key BF Sumo value.
I love that. It's not just more is better, it's the right balance is better.
Precisely. It's about intelligent formulation.
So we've covered the what and the why. Now let's talk about the who, because the name is Femivitamins and we've talked a lot about pregnancy. But the profile here is women aged 20 to 40. That's a broad range.
Yes, and this is a really crucial distinction to make. This is not just a prenatal vitamin. It's a beyond just pregnancy product.
It's built on what they call the every stage philosophy.
Correct. Let's break down those stages because each one has unique demands. First, pre-pregnancy.
This is the preparation phase, the planning stage.
Think of it as building the body's reserves. You wouldn't set out on a cross-country road trip with a quarter tank of gas, hoping you'll find a station along the way.
No, you'd fill the tank before you leave.
Exactly. Pre-pregnancy is about filling your nutritional tank. It's about correcting those deficiencies we talked about, that 50% B6 gap, that vitamin A gap, so that if and when conception happens, the body is a hospitable, fully stocked, optimal environment for a new life to begin.
And then obviously the pregnancy stage itself.
This is about active support, day in and day out. You're supporting the fetus, preventing those malformations we discussed, but just as importantly, you're supporting the mother.
Because the baby takes what it needs, right?
The baby is very efficient at taking what it needs, often at the mother's expense. So this is about preventing the anemia that drains her energy. It's about managing the nausea with B6 so she can function and eat properly. It's about supporting her own body while she's building another one.
And then the third stage, which I think is often forgotten, lactation.
It is often the most depleted stage for a woman. The baby is born, but the nutritional demand on the mother is enormous, sometimes even greater than during pregnancy.
Really?
Yes, she is producing the perfect food for a new life, often at the expense of her own nutrient stores. Continued support during breastfeeding is absolutely essential to keep her immunity up, her energy levels stable, and to ensure the milk she's producing is rich in nutrients.
It really fits into the whole lifestyle of the modern woman. Addressing you, the listener, right now. If you are sitting there thinking, I'm not pregnant, so do I need this? The answer we're getting at here is, if you want to feel stronger, more balanced, and supported each day, this product is designed to fit into that journey.
Especially if you identify with having an unbalanced diet, which, let's be honest, most of us do, at least occasionally. Or if you feel that fatigue easily symptom we keep coming back to, this is a lifestyle fit.
There is a quote we have here that really touched me when I read it. It says, "May every woman rediscover her inner strength through the nourishment of her body."
That is such a powerful sentiment. It moves the entire conversation from just avoiding sickness to rediscovering strength. It is about empowerment from the inside out.
So we have established why we need these specific vitamins. But why these vitamins? Why Femivitamins specifically? There are a lot of options out there. What makes them stand out in the marketplace?
Well, it really comes down to product positioning and formulation philosophy. Femivitamins positions itself as a comprehensive partner for the full maternity journey, and beyond.
The comparison point in the material is really interesting. It contrasts Femivitamins with other brands, without naming names, of course.
Yes. And some of those other brands are described as having a scattered, unfocused formula.
Scattered, that's a good word. It's that kitchen sink approach again.
Exactly. Or they are designed only for one stage. You take one pill for planning, then you have to switch to another for pregnancy, then a different one for nursing. Femivitamins is designed with a core formula that supports the nutritional needs that persist through all of those stages.
So it provides consistency.
Consistency and simplicity. And there is a point here about dosage cycles that's really important. It mentions short cycles with high dosage versus efficient absorption.
What's the difference there?
This is a key scientific distinction. Some products operate on the bliss model. They hit your body with a massive dose of a vitamin. But the body can often only absorb so much at once, and the rest is just, well, excreted.
So it's not actually being used.
It's not. Or worse, extremely high doses of certain vitamins can sometimes cause other imbalances. Femivitamins focuses on targeted effects and efficient absorption. It gives the body what it can actually use in the right balance for a sustained benefit.
So it's smarter, not just stronger.
Exactly. It's about working with the body's natural processes.
And we have to talk about quality and trust. This is a BF Suma product after all.
And that carries a certain standard. It is made in Hong Kong, which is a hub for high-quality manufacturing standards. It falls under the women's beauty and health supplement category.
And the value proposition.
Well, the price listed is 18 USD. And when you compare that accessibility to the true value of long-term health, preventing the potential medical costs of anemia, the emotional and physical costs of constant fatigue and efficiency, it is a very, very high value proposition.
It's an investment in yourself, a very small one, for a big return in how you feel.
It is an investment in your daily vitality.
Okay, let's get practical. We've convinced our listener that this is important. They understand the why. How do they actually use it? What does the routine look like?
It is incredibly simple, which is key for that busy learner profile we've been talking about. The dosage is just 1 to 2 tablets daily.
That's it. 1 or 2 a day.
That's it. No complicated schedules, no handful of pills. But the key word here, and it's so important, is consistency.
Yes, there's a line here I like. Consistency and healthy habits work together for lasting wellness.
You cannot take vitamins for 3 days, skip a week, and expect to feel a profound difference. It takes time to rebuild those depleted reserves. It takes time for the red blood cells to regenerate. That's a cycle of about 120 days, by the way, so you need to stick with it to see and feel the full benefits.
So it's about building it into your daily routine, like brushing your teeth.
Exactly.
And what about storage?
Standard best practices. Keep it in a cool, dry place. Protect it from direct sunlight. And always keep it sealed. Humidity and heat can degrade the potency of vitamins over time, so you don't want to leave the bottle open on the dashboard of your car, for example.
Good advice. Now, safety and responsibility. This is crucial. We are trusted guides here, so we need to be very clear about the boundaries and the proper way to use a supplement like this.
Absolutely. First and foremost, this is not a drug. We must be crystal clear. This product cannot replace drugs. If you have a diagnosed medical condition, you treat it with the medicine prescribed by your doctor. This is a supplement to support your overall wellness.
A support tool, not a replacement.
Correct. And there is a specific warning here about alcohol that we need to highlight.
Yes.
Yes. Do not drink alcohol when taking this product. And there's a very good reason for that. Alcohol can interfere with the absorption and metabolism of many B vitamins, specifically B1, B2, B6, B12, and folic acid.
So all the ones in this product.
Almost all of them. So if you wash your vitamin down with a glass of wine, you are essentially canceling out much of the good work you were trying to do. You're working against yourself.
That is really, really good to know. And what about allergen awareness? We want to make sure everyone is safe.
Yes, this is very important for a portion of the population. The product information lists potential allergens to be aware of. It mentions cereals with gluten-like wheat, rye, barley, and oats.
Okay.
It also mentions crustaceans and fish, eggs and milk, peanuts, soybeans, and other nuts. If you have severe known allergies to any of these, you should always check the label carefully. And if you have any doubt, consult your physician before starting.
Being an informed consumer is being a safe consumer. And of course, the obvious one, keep it out of reach of children.
Always.
So we have covered so much ground. We've talked about the problem, this silent epidemic of deficiency affecting women everywhere. We've covered the solution, the targeted synergistic formula of Femivitamins. We've covered the lifestyle fit, the who, the why, and the practical usage.
We have. It's a comprehensive picture.
I want to try and summarize the core value for our listener before we close. If there's one thing they should take away from this entire deep dive, what do you think it is?
I think it's that Femivitamins is about correcting those specific foundational deficiencies, A, B2, B6, B12 Folic Acid, to unlock your body's natural vitality. It is not magic, it is simply biology. By filling the gaps, you allow your body to function as it was designed to. You're giving it the tools it needs to do its job properly.
And bringing it back to that brand promise we touched on, with science-backed care, Femivitamins supports you at every stage. Whether you are 20 and focused on your career, 30 and planning a family, or anywhere in between on that journey.
It supports the woman you are today and the woman you are becoming tomorrow.
I love that. Well, this has been an incredibly enlightening deep dive. I feel like I understand not just the product, but the female body so much better.
And that's the goal, because knowledge is empowering.
It truly is. Well, thank you so much for breaking all of this down for us today.
Together we inspire wellness, vitality, and a brighter future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And to you, our listener, thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember the BF Summa philosophy, empowering individuals to achieve balance, vitality, and wellness through science-backed natural health solutions. Stay balanced, stay vital. We'll see you on the next deep dive.